Hi, this is Will Faerber from Art to Ride with Karen Loschba and our horse Zoolander. We have just given you a little dissertation on the rising trot, and we've shown you what it looks like when it's correct and you have a horse working through the back. The main point being that the horse working through the back is the main thing that lets you sit to the trot, or rise to the trot rather, correctly. So what we're going to do here now is try to show you what happens when things aren't going correctly. So Karen's going to slow the horse down to where he's not really in a working trot anymore. Like that. See how the horse loses the rhythm? Now watch what that does to her rising trot. It makes her start, see how she's having to labor and push her shoulders up, trying to get herself, she's having to lift herself out of the saddle because the horse is no longer doing it for her because she's lost the thrust through the back. So now you have that feeling, and now the next thing people will start doing is they'll tend to get too far behind the motion sometimes, and they start bouncing off the cantle back there like you see Karen doing there. Like that. Once again, all because the back isn't working. The back is no longer working hard enough to push her out of the saddle. So she's going to come back, and once again, let's do it correctly. Let's get the horse working correctly again and swinging through his back. And look again how easily, see how the back springs her out of the saddle, and now she has rhythm. So once again, a horse that's not working through the back will never have correct rhythm. You can make them nervous, and they'll have kind of a nervous energy, but that stiffens the horse and also makes problems for the rising trot. Now, of course, there are other factors that can affect your rising trot, things like correct saddle fit for the horse and rider. If your saddle's out of balance, it's going to make it very difficult for you to ride. So it's very important that you're in a saddle that allows your leg to hang underneath you, so that when you go to rise the trot and you lift your toe up, it doesn't just push your weight out in front of you as if you are in a chair. So now after doing that, she's going to let the horse stretch all the way down, and also the importance of practicing this in the stretch so that we're sure that we're not rising up against the hands. Once again, I say this all the time. The beauty of the stretch is that it will erase your mistakes with the horse. The horse will forgive you whacking it in the mouth if you come back and give it a nice stretch. So remember, the importance of the stretch is also to establish your balance so that we know that you are balancing not against the reins of the horse. So many people we see today, if you cut the reins off, would fall off the back of the horse because they're actually water skiing and keeping themselves in the correct position, but only by holding against the mouth of the horse with a hollow back. So once again, we're going to show him come back up a little bit into a working trot, get a little more thrust going. Look how nicely that brings her out of the saddle, but that's why it looks so easy for her to rise, because the horse is working. Now once again, let's slow the horse back and show them what it looks like when the horse loses the working trot and what happens to your rising trot. See how she immediately is laboring out of the saddle, so the horse's hind end is getting left behind it. Now once again, send him forward into a working trot, and once again, look how easily, once he starts springing through the back, how it just brings her right up out of the saddle with each stride. But once again, this is Will Faerber and Karen Loschba, and of course Zoolander from Art to Ride. I hope this helps. Thanks.